Alrighty, guys. All right, so the KINO Casino hosts, PPP, Ashton Parker, and Andy Warski have a lot of history. There. So when I say that they're clowns and that they're locals in their own right, I mean that. And there's plenty of evidence to back that up. I mean, they've done embarrassing things, and they lived and presented themselves in embarrassing ways for the sake of it, for entertainment value, for not really giving an F, which is kind of what locals do, you know. If you look at someone like Cobra JFS, who lives in squalor and is a locale, right? People consider that because of the way he lives and acts and all that stuff. If that is, then you'd have to look at the way PPP and lives and has lived in the past, and he would definitely fit that. You know, PPP is someone who definitely lived in squalor with a roommate named Drunken Surfer, and they had a relationship that one could say quite close, almost homosexually close, to the point. I mean, they were best buds, lifetime best buds. You know, they worked together. They sold Bibles together. They were salesmen for something together. Okay, and he traded that away. There was a big blowout that happened, a pretty big blowout. Okay. And it seemed to come down to like internet fame. It really did. It was very petty. It was like a very petty thing to throw away years of friendship. But, you know, things happen. People change. But from the point when they were together and streaming and making videos on YouTube and stuff to the point to where they blew out, there was a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of content, a lot of stuff, man. Like PPP was at one point on Stream Me. I think he started on Stream Me. I'm not exactly sure on that one. But he was on Stream Me, and I think he was on there before even Ethan Ralph was. And there was some back and forth issues that were happening, and one thing led to another. Ashton Parker, PPP, decided to show his chocolate starfish on stream. Hey, I know we've all done some embarrassing things on stream. I've done some embarrassing things on stream. A lot of people have. I don't recall ever showing my chocolate starfish, though. I mean, taint and all. Everything. Why did he do that? I don't know, man. Because maybe he was a little drunk, okay? Maybe he thought it would be funny. Maybe it was just the move to play, the card to play, to own whoever. Okay, own Ethan Ralph for some reason. It's funny. Can I show that on screen? No, I cannot. I cannot show that on screen. You can just go to Kiwi Farms. Honestly, when I say that they're clowns and they're locals in their own right, they are. And if you say that they're not, if you say they're clowns in parentheses, it tells me you don't know much about them. It tells me you haven't read up on them. You haven't seen videos on them. You haven't seen their old stuff. It'd be like, oh, that's stuff they did back in the day. Okay. Oh, that's cute. I mean, you could kind of look at some stuff that they've done recently that'd be kind of similar in the same vein of something wild and crazy. Might have been a little far, like that Vegas party. Hey, I said, hey, when you're in Vegas, you party. You do party. But hey, I know there's some people who don't believe that story. But you're telling me Andy Warski and PPP, if they're in Vegas and it's bankrolled by someone, paid for by someone, it's the land of sin, of vices, you're telling me they did not enjoy that stuff? They did not partake in that? Come on, man. That's a special kind of R word right there, dude. That really is. Okay. But anyway, yeah, dude, the guy showed his chocolate starfish on stream. And he lived with his roommate for the longest time, sleeping on the couch because, where else are you going to sleep? To the point to where it destroyed that couch. To the point to where that couch was, contaminated. There's images of that I would put on screen that are pretty bad. Actually, one I could show you here. I think I have it here. I'm going to put this on the screen. I was kind of combing through the stuff, looking for old stuff. Yeah, this couch right here, pretty nasty. If you take a close look, I don't know if we can. A boomer with this stuff. Oh no, it's not working right. It's not working right. Okay, but that is pretty bad. That's what we slept on for years while living with this roommate and all that stuff. And for some of the streams they would do, a lot of it was like cooking streams, cooking with Surfer, which people enjoyed. People thought it was very fun. It was kind of humble. It was kind of well, I wouldn't say humble actually. It was a very raw shot. It was kind of like something you would expect from King Cobra, JFS, Gothic King Cobra. It's kind of like his cooking streams where like he would make dank recipes of like nothing really, but a bunch of random stuff. And in a kitchen that may not be very clean with stuff that's kind of dirty and stuff. And it kind of similar, especially in video production quality. It was very similar, and just and of course, what would happen is Surfer and Ashton would rant and ramble about all things Jews and things like that. You know, quite crazy. And then I guess they would get into it with chat about how one of the things they really did not like was grifters, when people would make money on the internet. Super chats and selling merchandise. PPP and Surfer were very much against this. Surfer is still living the true Kino life, I suppose. There, but PPP has totally sold out and is totally opposite for where he started. PPP was the sort of person that if he caught that you were like reading super chats, which is something everyone does. If he caught you doing that, he would get on your live stream somehow. He would find out who you are and start messing with you. Okay, he was like an A-log that would A-log anyone, just to make a lot of noise. And and it caused a lot of problems and trouble for people. And his thing was like he was like, oh, you're a dirty grifter and all this stuff. He'd get into it with him, and like he would make him feel bad for taking money, which is like okay. It's like, but like he would end up doing what he would chastise others for doing, right? He would end up becoming the thing he said was like the worst thing to be. Because now PPP is that dirty grifter. Now PPP is that greasy, dirty, grimy grifter that is still going to take money from medic or masochists. Like, if you think for a second they actually cut him off, you rode the short bus to school, man. You did. Your mom dropped you on your head, kicked you down the hall. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, but like, there's no way they're cutting off money. No, they're gonna take the money. He's gonna be using a different name. Okay, there aren't any morals with these guys. Okay, they're not morally superior to anyone. Okay. The only reason why they could talk a big game, let's say about like against Review Tech, is because they don't have a kid and they're not in that situation yet. Okay, all right, that's why. If PPP had a kid, I wouldn't put him past him. Put the stream first and the kid second. I wouldn't, because the stream makes money, the kid takes money. I'm just saying. Like, that's his track record. That's what he's become. Now, there was something that happened between that. Like, how did PPP go from being like anti-grift to full-on grift? A burnout with his roommate, man. It was a breakup. It was a savage breakup. It was actually very petty, like very extremely petty of a breakup, and it was handled as you expect. It was handled like lovers. Surfer is like the scorned lover. He really is. He might not like the way that's framed, but it is. And he's kind of, maybe he thinks he's in a better place. Maybe he is. I don't know. But definitely PPP is the one who moved on and prospered. But before that happened, he was living low, living cold. He would talk about those cold days. He'll talk about those days where he had nothing. And I guess it clicked to him that he realized he had to become the thing he hated to survive. He has to get that money. So he becomes metamorphosis. There's a metamorphosis that occurred. Okay, he evolved. Okay, he shed skin. What I'm saying is he changed. Okay, a drastic change, and he adopted the skin, the look, and the characteristics of the thing he hated because he identified that as a successful grift. And he has become that in an exaggerated degree. Dude, that is survival mechanism. Man, that is a locale that's wearing. Dude, that's a shapeshifter, dude. That is crazy. If you think about that. If you also think about this, PPP and Andy Warski do not like one another. All that friend stuff it's all lies, man. It's all a front. It's all a front put on. No, that's not even true. They don't like each other. They've had back and forth too. Man, even before the partnership, PPP had a lot to say about Andy and what Andy did. But Andy did. If you don't know, Andy was supposed to have a kid. And this is where Review Tech is a lot better than Andy. Andy was supposed to be a father. But Andy talked his girlfriend into getting it taken care of. Why? Because he cannot take on that responsibility to be a father. Therefore, that child needs to be deleted. So the child was deleted out of convenience. A life was snuffed out. A life was canceled, dude. So that Andy can hang out with Snow White, snort Snow White, and do whatever he does because he can't be bothered to take the responsibility to be a dad. So all the stuff they would say about Rich Tech USA, understand that he has his kids, and the kids, when they cry, they're comforted by grandparents, yeah. Andy Warski's kid, though, cries from beyond the grave with no one to comfort it. I don't really know. Rumor has it that when you listen to the KINO Casino, you can hear the baby cry. The haunting from beyond. How could you do it to me, Andy? I don't know. That would be funny, though. I'm like it's funny. I've realized, talk about the KINO Casino. Like, there's people who don't realize that, yes, the hosts are just as scummy and dirtbaggy as the people they dab on. They totally are. And that's why I think it's funny. That's why I like the show. I guess you would say ironically. Because the hosts are clowns dabbing on other clowns. The hosts are degenerate pieces of filth. I mean, dude, you have a guy who's 600 pounds dabbing on other people for being fat and obese. I mean, if you don't see how that's clownish behavior, there is something wrong with you, bro. I'm surprised you're able to type in the comments section. What in the world, man? But if you still disagree, maybe go read in the Kiwi Farms. But honestly, if you're still disagreeing, tells me you're too dumb to even read because you're too dumb to listen. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with you. I guess just continue. And you know what? Life must be so nice. It must be bliss for you. Bliss to have that so much ignorance. Oh, ignorance is bliss, isn't it? But yeah, there's a lot you probably don't know. I would recommend. Now, Andy, I think has some documentaries on him. PPP, I don't think so. I think there's been streams that covered him. It's been so long. It's been a long time since I've talked about this in this detail. And I would have to go through the thread to look for certain material. But I think there might be some streams, some sort of expose streams already there that have good information. And if not, well, that is a vacuum that needs to be filled. And by someone who's willing to go through and do the work. Because the information's there. With that said, I mean, yeah, you guys, I mean, I guess after saying all this, like, do you see it now? Do you see it why I call them clowns? And they'll say, oh, those clowns are more entertaining to you. Oh, I'm sorry, because I'm not reading an R bell. You need me to bang on something loud? You need loud noises to be entertained? Wah! Medicare Vasquez for $50. Wah! There, are you entertained now? Idiot. All right. That said, you guys take it easy and have a good one.